Social Care Center for Children in Maldives. Study of Social Child Issues. By Mohammed Sani. Orphanage and Street Kids in the Maldives. An orphanage is a residential institution devoted to the care of orphan children whose biological parents are deceased or otherwise unable or unwilling to care for them. Biological parents, and sometimes biological grandparents, are legally responsible for supporting children, but in the absence of these, no named godparent or other relatives willing to care for the children, they become a ward of the state, and orphanages are one way of providing for their care, housing and education. Most children who live in orphanages are not orphans, 4 out of 5 children in orphanages having at least one living parent, and most having some extended family. Child issues problems in the Maldives. It is really sad to see certain kids and individuals in the Maldives with no support from family or parents, and such kids grow up to be on the wrong side of law with involvement in drugs, violence and increased gang activity. Unless we help the kids of the new generation. And the issues which has arisen due to the congestion of Mali, lack of proper care of parents who are busy making ends meet in Mali by barely trying to make the rent etc. With no one left to care for the kids properly. This leaves the kids to become street kids and often goes onto the wrong path. Our vision is to eradicate such problems from the Maldives by establishment of an NGO which helps the future kids of the Maldives. Problems in the Maldives. We need to identify the reasons for establishment of gangs, violence, and street kids in the Maldives. How can the society in general and government resolve such ongoing social issues in the Maldives? What leads teenagers and kids to the abuse of drugs? Is it lack of jobs? Lack of space of hanging out with friends at home? Or the reason to always go out and be outside due to congestion issues in the cities like Mali? Who looks after the children of drug-abusing mums and dads? How can we as a generic public ensure the well-being of our future generation kids in the Republic of Maldives? How are the well-being of kids with a single mom or dad handled? If the mom or dad is not earning enough money, and if there is no support from the family, who will take care of such kids and their well-being and welfare? With increasing high cost of living rent in cities like Mali, which is now comparative to some of the most expensive cities in the world, how can a normal low-paying job, single mom or dad handle their kids' support without any care from their families if they're not earning enough? Even with some support from the government, this may be not enough to ensure the child's well-being. What will ensure the well-being of such kids? Our goal is to establish an NGO with appropriate funding to help the ongoing social issues facing the young generation and children of the Maldives. Don't let this be our kids. Help us in achieving this dream for a better future for the children of Maldives. A social solution for street kids. Our goal is to establish an orphanage social care center with assistance from foreign NGOs and international funding to tend to the needs of Maldivian kids who lack the care or love of their family, is left helpless for self-education and learning. By establishing an NGO for this cause, we hope to reduce the burden on the government. We hope to tackle the issues at several levels. First, look at the root cause for establishing such situations in the Maldives. Second, how can we eradicate such problems in the Maldives? Third, how can we tackle the existing problems currently faced by the government and various affected families? How can orphan kids be brought up in a caring and loving environment in the Maldives? How to give the support, whether psychological or financial, such families need. How to help the kids get a high-class education and help them get off the streets from the abuse of drugs, violence or simply in lack of jobs. How can kids with a criminal history or background get back into society or find jobs? How can drug-abusing kids can get the psychological support they need? How can such drug-abusing parents find a job or earn money to support their kids? Without tackling the root cause, we can never minimize such problems. By setting up this NGO, we hope to reduce or minimize some of existing social issues in the Maldives. Help us make a better future for the children of tomorrow. We need your assistance to establish a social care center in the Maldives for kids. Please contact the following details for further information. Email mohammedsani@gmail.com or call or Viber WhatsApp on 00 to 960 779 43 to 66.